Hi, Husky Pups. Mrs. Volts here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're going to talk a little bit more about volume today. Yesterday, we went grocery shopping, didn't we? And we had to decide which brown bag was going to hold all the groceries I needed to get for dinner. And we talked about rice and different size bowls and if they would hold the amounts that we needed them to. Well, today, we're going to do a little experimenting with sand. So I got out my purple sand, and I want you to take a look at these two containers. Take a look at those and think to yourself, how are they the same? How are those two containers the same? That's right, pups, they're the exact same size. How are they different? This one is full of purple sand. And this one, do you know what that's called when something doesn't have anything in it? This is empty. So we have two containers that are exactly the same, but one is full and one is empty. Now you know what I'm going to do? I want to see if I can pour the sand from this one into this one. Let's see. I hope it doesn't do what the rice did yesterday. Let's see if I can fit all of the sand in this container. Look at there. Because they are the same size, they can both hold that sand. Look. Oop. Look at there. It holds all the sand, doesn't it? Mrs. Volts was a little messy over here. It holds both the sand. So what we're going to do now is, these two containers are exactly the same, but we're going to try pouring the sand into some different sized containers. Different sized containers. So this is what I'm going to do. Now I have two with the exact same amount, don't I? So let's see. We used this before. Our scale. We used our scale. So I want to make sure that these containers are exactly the same amount. Let's see. Look at there. It's balanced. It's straight across, isn't it? Pretty close. It is straight across. Tell you what, I'm going to add just a little bit of sand in this one. There we go. That's pretty perfect. They are the same exact size. One is not heavy and one is not light. They are the same. So now what we're going to do is I have two different containers here. I have this one, which is pretty tall, isn't it? Pretty tall, and it's skinny. And then I've got this one that is shorter, and it's bigger around. Look at it. It's bigger around. So I'm going to pour my 1 cup of sand. Now remember, these two are the same. So I'm going to pour this in here. Is it going to fit, pups? Yes, it is. Look at all that sand fit right in that container. Now, do you think the same amount of sand is going to fit in the tall, skinny one? Now, to put the sand in there, I needed to make what's called a funnel, because it would be a little bit difficult to pour the sand through that little opening right here. So here we go. Are you ready? Let's see if this is going to fit. You see it coming through the funnel? Did it fit, Pops? Yes, it did, didn't it? So we poured this cup into the tall, skinny container, and we poured this cup into the shorter, wider container. Now look. Look at those. That's pretty neat, isn't it? Did we add more sand to this one? No, we did not. Did we add more sand to this one? No. This one is a little bit taller because the bottle is smaller. It's smaller around. This one is wide. This one is not. It's skinny. Remember, we use the same amount. The same amount. So in our bottle, our sands can look differently because the bottles are different sizes, but it's the same amount of sand. You guys can kind of experiment with this. A great thing to experiment with, pouring into containers, is water. So you know what? When you're in the bathtub, maybe Mom will give you some cups of different sizes, and you can practice pouring them and seeing how the water looks in the different containers. You can do your own little experiment. You could do it in the sink after Mom does the dishes. Practice pouring things back and forth. It's fun. You'll have a good time with that. I hope you have a good day, pups. We'll see you in a little bit.